The Negro League Hall of Famers and the 1981 to the present American League both have 6 wins. The 61 to the 80 squad and the 41 to 60s have 5 wins. They're only a game out of first place. And then we have the current Kings of the Hill. The current Kings of the Hill are the 81 to the present National League. They are at 4-4, and they are in third place, only 2 games out of first. And the 21 to the 40s and the 1901 to 1920 Dead Ballers are tied with 3 wins. Bringing up the rear is the Not Yet Hall of Famers at 2-4. Today's game is going to be an interesting one. These teams it's getting to be crunch time, and there's a sense of urgency here for each of the teams. So today, it's the 41 to 60 ball club taking on the 81 to the present National Leaguers, the Kings of the Hill. Now, the interesting thing about today's game is that if the 41 to 60 Hall of Famers behind Whitey Ford are able to win the game, we will have a 3-way tie for first. And that's interesting. But if the 81 to the present National Leaguers win, we'll have a 3-way tie for second. So either way, it's tightening up, and it's getting really good. This is game 35. The teams that are at the King of the Hill keep playing. If you win, you keep playing. If you lose, you got to wait your turn to come around again. The pitchers today, as I said, for the 41 to 60s are Whitey Ford, and for the 81 to the present National Leaguers, it's David Cone. Let's get to the starting lineups. Visiting 41 to 60 Hall of Famers, Eddie Matthews leads off at third base. Batting second is Jackie Robinson at second base. Ted Williams bats third in left field. Mickey Mantle bats fourth in center field. Stan Musial bats fifth at first base. Yogi Berra bats sixth behind the plate. Duke Snyder bats seventh in right field, and Ernie Banks will bat eighth and play shortstop. Whitey Ford on the mound. He is a B pitcher with a YZ modifier. All right, for the homestanding 81 to the present National Leaguers, it's Tim Raines leading off in left field. Ryan Sandberg batting second at second base. Barry Bonds batting third in center field against the left-hander Ford. Vladimir Guerrero Sr. batting fourth in right field. Jeff Bagwell batting fifth at third base. Gary Sheffield batting sixth at third base. Bagwell at first base, sorry. Sheffield at third batting sixth. Carter batting seventh behind the plate. And Ozzie Smith batting eighth at shortstop. On the mound, David Cone is a B pitcher with an X modifier. All right, so let's get ripping. This is hit to center field, and under it is Barry Bonds, and there's one away, and we are underway. And this, the 35th game of the King of the Hill tournament. Cone's pitch to Jackie Robinson is a base hit over shortstop, just over Ozzie Smith's glove, and Robinson's on base with a single. Cone the stretch and the delivery to Williams. Skied in the air to center, but not deep. Barry Bonds there, and there's 2 down, and now Mickey Mantle. The pitch to the Mick, and it's a hanger. And this is going to be trouble. A base hit to right field. Drops in front of Guerrero. Robinson around second. He's going to go to third, and there's going to be 41 60s at the corners with 2 outs for Musial in the top of the first. Cone in a jam. The stretch and the delivery to Stan is a base hit to right field. Drops in front of Guerrero. Home comes Robinson. It's 1-0 41 60s. And around second goes Mantle, and he will take third. 1-0 41 60s. Cone off to a rough start. Here comes Yogi. Infield back, of course, with 2 outs. The delivery hit in the air to center, but not deep. Barry Bonds will take it, and tie a record held by many as he makes all 3 putouts in the inning. But the 4160s get a run on 3 hits and leave 2. They have a 1-0 lead after a half an inning. All right, so now it'll be Whitey Ford taking on the best of the National League in the last few decades. Rain, Sandberg, and Bonds coming up. Switch righty-lefty. This is hit on the ground to Jackie Robinson. He gloves it and throws to Musial for out number 1. Ford's next pitch to Sandberg is a comebacker. He gloves it and throws to Musial for out number 2. And now Barry Bonds. He homered yesterday in the pitch. Hit in the air to left. On the run is Ted Williams. He's going to get there, and it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Whitey Ford. After 1 complete, the 4160s lead 1-0 in this one. Cone back out, hoping to right the ship after a shaky first inning. It's Snyder, Banks, and Ford, 7, 8, 9, coming up in inning number 2. This one's hit on the ground to Ryan Sandberg. He plants and throws to Bagwell for out number 1. Here's Banks. Pitch from Cone is popped up. Under it is Ozzie Smith on the infield dirt, and he will take it for out number 2. And here comes Whitey Ford with 2 outs and nobody aboard for the 4160s. Hey, struck him out, and Coney gets his first strikeout of the game. After 1.5, it's 1-0 4160s. Guerrero, then Bagwell, then Sheffield, righty against Ford in inning number 2. The pitch to Vlad is a walk, an uncharacteristic walk drawn by Guerrero. Now it's Bagwell. Ford the stretch, and the delivery hit in the air to center. Mantle there, and catches it for out number 1. Sheffield, 1 out, 1 on for Chef, and ground ball to Banks. He goes to Robinson for 1. The relay to Musial is not in time, and Sheffield beats the Rapid first with 2 outs. Now it's Carter. Ford the delivery. Ground ball. Sandberg. He's going to go ground ball Robinson. I'll get it right. He goes the short way to Banks, and that will retire the National Leaguers in the inning number 2. We go to the 3rd. It's 1-0 4160s. I have waited for this team to explode, and it hasn't happened yet. Will today be the game? I don't know. Top of the order. Matthews, Robinson, and Williams coming up against Cone. Pitch to Eddie. Popped up. Ozzie Smith takes it for out number 1. Jackie Robinson. Lined inside the left field line. A diving Sheffield can't get it. It's going to rattle around in the corner. Raines digs it out. Robinson's got a 1-out double, and he's in scoring position for Williams. Cone the stretch, and the pitch to Williams, and this is hit to left center and deep. Back goes Raines, and it's gone. A 2-run bomb by Ted Williams, and it's 3-0 4160s. That's going to get action going in the bullpen. Lee Smith starts to throw for the National Leaguers. Mantle with 1 out in the 3rd. The pitch. Hit on the ground to Ozzie. He flips to Bagwell for out number 2. Now it's Musial. Pitch to Stan. A hanger from Cone. Musial swings, and this one is to right center and deep. Back goes Guerrero, and this is gone. It's 4-0 as Musial gets his second hit and his second RBI. Now it's Berra. Cone upset with himself. The pitch to Berra is hit in the air to center. Under it is Barry Bonds, and he makes the catch, but the 4160s score 3 on 3 hits, 2 of them homers. After 2.5, the 4160s lead 4-0. Whitey Ford has a cushion. Ozzie Smith, David Cone, and then Tim Raines in the third. Pitch to Ozzie, ball 4. He's aboard. They're going to hit for Cone. They are going to hit for David Cone. So it's going to be Biggio now coming to the plate. They need base runners. Smith, the only man throwing in the bullpen, so he will apparently be the next pitcher. On deck is Raines. Ozzie at first. The pitch from Ford, ball 2. Biggio ahead in the count. Next pitch. Whitey bounces a breaking ball, and Ozzie will go to second on the wild pitch. Biggio up 2-0 in the count. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. That's Whitey's first strikeout of the day. 1 out in the third. Now it's Raines. Ozzie at second. And this is a hanger for Raines. This is going to be extra bases, deep center field, and it gets over Mantle's head. Scoring easily is Ozzie Smith. It's 4-1 now. And Raines gets to third sliding with a triple. Now Sandberg up. Ford the stretch. Checks Raines at third. The delivery. The infield is back. Ground ball hit to Banks. Toward the middle. He gloves it. Throws to Musial, and that will retire Sandberg as Raines scores with the second run for the National Leaguers. It's 4-2 now, and Bonds comes to the plate. Bonds 0 for 1. Nobody aboard. 2 outs. The pitch from Ford. Ball 4. He walked him. Now it's Guerrero. The pitch to Guerrero is going to be more trouble for Whitey Ford. He hits it. It goes off Ford's glove and rolls toward Banks. Ernie gloves it and then puts it in his pocket because everybody's going to be safe. Bonds is safe at second. Guerrero safe at first. The tying runs are on for Jeff Bagwell. Ford the stretch. And the delivery to Baggy. Hey, struck him out, and Ford gets out of the mess. But 2-run score on 2 hits, and they leave 2. After 3 complete, it's 4-2, 4160s. And let's see how they want to do this now. They're going to make a switch. They're going to remove Guerrero and put Biggio in center field. Guerrero comes out. Lee Smith comes in to pitch, and he will bat in the number 4 spot. And Cone's day is done as well. Smith is an A pitcher with an XY modifier. He'll face Snyder, Banks, and Ford. 7, 8, 9 hitters in inning number 4. The pitch to the Duke is hit in the air to center. Under it is Biggio, the new center fielder, as Bonds has shifted over to right field. And there's one away. Now it's Banks. Smith's pitch is drilled by Banks over third base past a diving Sheffield. Sheffield's gotten more dirt on his uniform in this game than he got in his whole career in real life, or as the kids like to say, IRL. This is down into the left field corner. Raines has to go get it, and Banks has a one-out double. Here comes Whitey Ford. Not much of a hitter. Are they going to give him the bunt sign? Smith, the stretch, and the delivery. He's not bunting. He is not bunting. It's hit in the air to left field. Under it is Raines. Banks holds, and there's 2 outs. Now it's Matthews. Eddie's 0 for 2. The pitch from Smith. Ground ball, Ozzie. He flips to Bagwell, and that will retire the 41-60s in inning number 4. We've played 3.5. And it's 4-2, 41-60. In the bottom of the 4th, nursing a 4-2 lead, Whitey Ford will face Gary Sheffield, Gary Carter, and Ozzie Smith for the National Leaguers. And the first pitch is hit in the air to center field. Under that one is Mickey Mantle, and he makes the grab for out number 1. Here's the kid, Gary Carter, as the National League tries to get the lead back. This is hit in the air to center. And one more time, the Mick is there for out number 2. And Ozzie Smith, with 2 outs and nobody aboard, facing Ford, and this is a looper to center. Here comes Mickey Mantle, and he's going to tie a record held by many, making all 3 putouts in the bottom of the 4th. And we go to the 5th with the score 41-60s, 41-60s 4. National Leaguers since 81, 2. Becky Robinson, Ted Williams, and Mickey Mantle against Lee Arthur Smith in the top of the 5th, and Robbie gets himself a walk. Ted Williams up. Smith, the stretch, and the delivery to the splendid Splinter is a ground ball headed to Sandberg. He flips to Smith for 1, and the relay to Bagwell's not in time. So Robinson is retired on the fielder's choice. Williams beats the rap at first, and now it's Mantle. Smith, the stretch, and the delivery. Ground. Oh, hey, struck him out. And that will retire the Mick. 2 outs now in the 5th. And it's Musial coming to the plate. Still at first base, Ted Williams. Smith, the stretch, and the delivery. Ground ball, Sandberg. He's going to go the short way to Smith, and that'll retire the 41-60s in inning number 5. We're halfway through this one, and the 41-60s may be the new Kings of the Hill. They're ahead 4-2. For the National Leaguers, it'll be Biggio, the 9-hitter, then Raines, then Sandberg in the bottom of the 5th. The pitch to Craig is a hanger. And he's going to drill this one by Whitey Ford. It's going to be deep, left field, and gone. 4-3 ball game as Biggio may be breaking a long slump in this tournament. 4-3 now, 41-60s, and that's going to get action going in their bullpen. Robin Roberts, Jim Bunning, pair of right-handers throwing, and Tim Raines comes to the plate for the National Leaguers. And that was a 6. 46 is a 29, and that means a comebacker for Whitey Ford. He takes a couple steps toward Musial and tosses him the ball for 1 out in the 5th. Now it's Sandberg. Pitch to Rhino. Ground ball hit to first. Musial's going to take it himself for 2 outs. And now Bonds, the tying run at the plate. Ford's pitch. Hey, struck him out. That's the 3rd for Whitey. We've played 5 complete. And it's 4-3, 41-60s. We got another good one going in this tournament. They are all nail biters. Berra, Snyder, and Banks. 6, 7, 8 hitters for the 41-60s. Yogi 0 for 2. The pitch is hit on the ground to Bagwell. He's going to take it himself for out number 1. Now it's the Duke. Snyder 0 for 2. The pitch from Smith. Hey, struck him out. That's 2 for Smith. 2 gone in the 6th. And now Banks with Ford on deck, and he is in the on-deck circle. The pitch to Ernie is hit on the ground to Sandberg. He gloves it and throws to Bagwell, and that'll retire the 41-60s in inning number 6. So Lee Smith turns in a long relief effort that is definitely worth it for the National Leaguers. They are going to hit for him now, but he turned in 3 shutout innings. 1 walk, 1 hit, struck out 2. So Smitty got the job done. Now they're looking for offense. So they're going to go with Vlad. Oh no, Guerrero's out of the lineup. Sorry. Be helpful if I looked at my scorecard every once in a while. All right, Sosa. Sosa pinch hitting for Smith in the bottom of the 6th. National Leaguers trail by a run. Bagwell's on deck. Roberts and Bunning still active in the bullpen. The pitch is hit to left and deep. This will drive Williams back, but he runs out of room, and it's gone. A bomb for Sosa, and we're tied at 4. Wowzers. Bagwell comes up. Ford walks him. Now it's Sheffield, and that's going to do it. Out of the dugout. Out of the dugout comes Casey Stengel, and he is going to call on Robin Roberts to pitch to Sheffield. He'll get the letter grade bump as Ford is done after 5+ innings. They're going to do a double switch. Roberts is going to hit in the 8th spot, and Lou Boudreau is going to come on and play shortstop in the bottom of the 6th. And Banks, his day is done. So, double switch. Roberts and Boudreau are in for Ford and Banks. Sheffield up, Bagwell at first. Sheffield up with nobody out. Roberts the stretch. And the delivery is a 33. That is a pop-up. Eddie Matthews on the infield dirt's going to take it for out number 1 in the 6th. Now it's Carter. Roberts the stretch and the delivery. Ooh, that was almost something. He hits Gary Carter. He dots the kid. So Bagwell goes to second. Carter trots down to first, and now it's Ozzie. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and we're even at 4. The pitch. First and second, and that's a 55, and a 55 is an 8. And that's a ground ball to third, knocked down by Matthews. He picks it up, fires to Musial, and that'll retire Ozzie. And now it'll be Biggio with runners at second and third as Bagwell moves up to third and Carter moves to second. First base open, Biggio up, he homered last inning. Roberts the stretch, and the delivery, and this one's gonna hurt, I think. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. No, it won't. This is strike 3 called. Biggio took it, and that will get the 41-60s out of the inning, but not before the National League scores a run on a hit, and they leave 2. After 6 complete, we're tied at 4. Going to be a couple of changes. Sosa's going to go play center field, and Biggio's day is done. How soon they forget, Craig. And so, Biggio's done. We're going to get a new pitcher for the National Leaguers. And that's going to be the hard-throwing Billy Wagner. He will face Boudreaux in the 9-hole, then Matthews and Robinson 1-2 in the 7th. We are tied at 4. All sorts of implications for this game. Both teams need it badly. All right, so Boudreaux leads off. Wagner in there. The pitch from Wagner is ball 4. Boudreaux takes it and trots down to first, and that'll bring up Eddie Matthews. Wagner the stretch, and the delivery. This is hit in the air to left. Under it is Raines near the line, and he'll make the catch as Boudreaux returns to first base. There's 1 gone in the 7th. Wagner the stretch, and the delivery. Ground ball knocked down by Sheffield. He's not a Gold Glover. He throws to Bagwell, and they retire Jackie Robinson as Boudreaux moves to second. And Ted Williams comes to the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Wagner the stretch, and the delivery hit to center. This is going to drive Sosa back near the track, makes the catch, and that'll retire the 41-60s in inning number 7. We go to the stretch. Time to stretch them out. 4-4 ball game. Roberts will face the top of the order for the National Leaguers. Raines, Sandberg, and Bonds. Pitch to Raines from Robin Roberts. The base hit just over Boudreaux's reach, and Raines is aboard with a base hit. Sandberg comes to the plate. Bunning starts to throw again. And he's going to be joined by knuckleballer Hoyt Wilhelm. Bunning and Wilhelm throwing in the bullpen. All right, so with nobody out, Sandberg steps in. Roberts the stretch, and the pitch to Rhino. There goes Raines, and it's the hit and run. Comebacker. Gloved by Roberts. Raines is already at second base, and Roberts turns and throws to Musial to get Sandberg at first. So Raines is in scoring position now. First base is open with Sosa on deck. Well, this is a tough one. Bonds up. He's 0 for 2. Roberts. Oh, boy. Sosa just homered last inning. Roberts the stretch, and the delivery to Bonds. They're pitching to him. Hey, struck him out. There's 2 strikeouts for Roberts. Now Sosa's up with Bagwell on deck. They're going to pitch to Sosa. The pitch to him. Hey, struck him out. Roberts not known for his strikeout credentials, but he just struck out Bonds and Sosa to get out of the 7th. We go to the 8th, and we are tied at 4. Billy the Kid is out for inning number 2. Billy Wagner going to face Mantle, Musial, and Berra, unless there's some pinch hitters involved, in inning number 8. 4-4 game. 41-60s took a 4-0 lead early, and the 81 to the present National Leaguers have caught up. Wagner to Mantle. Mantle's 1 for 3. The pitch to the Mick. Ground ball hit to Ozzie. Throws to Bagwell for out number 1. Now it's Musial. Pitch to Stan. Comebacker. Gloved by Wagner, and there's 2 down. And they're going to hit for Berra. They're going to hit for Berra. No, they're not going to hit for Berra. Berra's 0 for 3 against the lefty. He hits this one to right. Toward the line, it's Barry Bonds. And he makes the catch for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3-8. So Wagner tosses 2 good innings. And we go to the bottom of the 8th with the score tied at 4. It's Bagwell, Sheffield, and Carter facing Roberts, unless there's some pinch hitters involved. Bagwell is coming out of the dugout, so he will bat. Pitch to Baggy. He's 0 for 2. And it's a base hit just out of the reach of Lou Boudreau. And he's on. Sheffield comes to the plate. Chef is 0 for 3. They're going to go with Chipper Jones at this moment to pinch hit for Sheffield. And he will face Roberts with Bagwell at first. Roberts the stretch and the delivery to Jones. Hey, struck him out. That's number 4 for Roberts. Now it's Carter due. They're going to hit for him. It's going to be... Who's it going to be? It's going to be Larry Walker to pinch hit for Gary Carter. Pinch hitting here in the 8th against Roberts. Roberts the stretch and the delivery to Walker. This is hit on the ground to Eddie Matthews to his right. Gloves it. Throws to Musial, and they retire Walker as Bagwell moves to second. That'll bring up Ozzie Smith. They're going to hit for Ozzie. And it's going to be Piazza. Piazza will bat for Ozzie Smith. In the on-deck circle is Billy Wagner, but nobody believes he's going to bat. So it's Piazza against Roberts. Roberts the stretch. First base is open. They could walk him, but he's going after him. And that's ball 4, or he's not. That's an unintentional, intentional walk, and Piazza moseys down to first base. They're hitting for Wagner. He's called back. And it's going to be Tony Gwynn to pinch hit for the pitcher, Wagner, here in the 8th. Bagwell at second, Piazza at first, 2 men out, bottom of the 8th, tie ball game. Roberts the stretch and the delivery, and that is ball 2. Next delivery to Gwynn. Hey, struck him out. 5 strikeouts in 3 innings for Robin Roberts. That closes out the National Leaguers in the 8th. We go to the 9th, and we are tied at 4. You got to do some accounting now. Jones is going to go into third base. Piazza will come in to catch. Larkin will come in and play shortstop, so Walker will not stay in the game. And that should take care of things. So Larkin is the new shortstop, and he will bat in the 7 spot. All right. So that means the new pitcher will be John Franco, and he will bat ninth. Snyder, a pinch hitter for Roberts. And then Boudreaux are due up in the top of the ninth. Will they hit for Snyder against Franco is the question. And I think the answer is going to be yes. Al Kaline is going to bat for Snyder. Kaline hitting for Snyder. In the on-deck circle, it's Monty Irvin. No, it's not. It's Ralph Kiner coming out of the dugout. Franco winds and delivers. This is hit to center. No, it's not. It's popped up. Sorry, misspoke. Chipper Jones on the infield dirt takes it. 4 out, number 1. Here comes Kiner to pinch hit for Roberts. On deck is Boudreaux. Franco winds and delivers. 46 is a 27, and this is grounded to Chipper Jones. A little more action for Chipper. He throws to Bagwell, and there's 2 outs. And now it's Boudreaux. Pitch to Lou is trouble. It's a hanger. Boudreaux, it's going to be to right center and deep. It's going to one-hop the wall. Sosa and Bonds have to run it down. Lou Boudreaux turning on the afterburners that he didn't really have, and he's going to slide into third with a triple. The lead run at third with a triple, and Eddie Matthews comes to the plate, and I don't pinch hit for Eddie Matthews. So it's 0 for 4 for Matthews. He's due. Infield at normal depth with 2 outs. We're in the top of the ninth. It's a 4-4 game. The pitch to Matthews is runner at third. Hey, struck him out, and Franco gets out of it with a flourish. Pumps his fist. Jogs to the dugout. The 4160s do not score in the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth with the score. 4-4 in this one. Kaline stays in the game to play right field. Kiner does not. He will come out. The new pitcher is Hoyt Wilhelm, and he will bat in the 8th spot in the order. Top of the order for the National Leaguers coming up in the 9th. That will be Raines, Sandberg, and Bonds. Wilhelm is an A pitcher in relief. He has an XZ modifier. Bottom of the 9th, 4-4 game. Raines is 2 for 4. He tripled and scored and drove in a run in the 3rd. Wilhelm's pitch to Tim Raines is a hanger. And trouble. Goes to right center, and it's going to split Mantle and Kaline and roll to the wall. Raines around first and taking second and stopping there. Sandberg comes to the plate. And Raines is the winning run. Do you give Ryan Sandberg the bunt sign here? That's the question. Wilhelm the stretch, and the pitch to Rhino. He's not bunting. Grounded to Musial. He's going to flip to Wilhelm, and that will retire Sandberg, but Raines gets to third with 1 out. Well, now you got that situation I don't like, and that is a runner at third, ball game on the line, Barry Bonds up, Sosa on deck, and then Bagwell. Bagwell's a big walk guy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk Bonds and go after Sosa. And if Sosa beats me, well, then so much. Then you tip your cap, but it's not going to be Bonds. So Raines at third, Bonds at first, infield in, Sosa at bat. Wilhelm the stretch, and the delivery to center and deep. This takes Mantle to the wall, and it's a walk-off 3-run bomb for Sammy Sosa. The 81 to the present National Leaguers remain the king of the hill, and beyond that, they move into a second place tie with 5 wins. Yikes. A bomb by Sosa. He hit 2 in the game, and yeah, he hit 1 to tie it in the 6th, and he hit another one to win it in the bottom of the 9th. A 3-run job. Let's give you the totals for the victorious 81 to the present National Leaguers. 7 runs, 8 hits, and they committed no errors. For the vanquished, 41 to 60s, 4 runs. They had a 4-run lead and lost it. Couldn't hold it. On 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, and they committed no errors. They walked Bonds to get to Sosa, and Sosa made him pay. Yikes. Winning pitcher, John Franco. Losing pitcher, Hoyt Wilhelm. Thanks for being with me. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel, my friends. I need your help to keep my channel going. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. So long, everybody.